It starts with Alec and his girlfriend, Nora, cruising in their car. Nora is getting completely bored because the drive is taking forever, and she asks Alec how much time is left. He replies that there are just a few short hours to go. Nora asks him about the next rest stop and double-checks if he's even on the right road. They finally make it to the rest stop, but unfortunately, they find the doors locked, making it obvious that Alec took a wrong turn. Nora walks around the back to check for another door, but doesn't find one at all. She notices the place is super weird and creepy, and when she spots bones and skulls lying around, she gets pretty freaked out. She sprints back to Alec's car and tells him the place is totally abandoned and that she's starting to get scared. She tells him she just wants to find the tents and have their camping party. Alec lets her know that they're running out of gas and the car is going to break down. Nora asks if there's a gas station nearby, and Alec replies that he's sure they'll find one close by on the road. Alec spots a broken down car and pulls over to help out. They meet the owner, and Alec asks if her car broke down. She replies that she has no idea what the problem is. Alec gets out to help the woman, telling her he has jumper cables and can help start her car. The woman asks Nora if she's from around here, and Nora says yes. The woman then asks Nora about her wedding ring, pointing out that Alec clearly isn't her brother. Nora tells her it's none of her business and doesn't concern her. The woman then makes a snide comment, telling Nora that if Alec doesn't know how to start the car, he probably knows how to unlock it. Alec gets annoyed, so they just walk away and leave her there since he couldn't fix the car anyway. They are both super irritated by her weird attitude and total lack of manners, agreeing she's a really strange woman, especially since they went out of their way to help her. Nora calls her a miserable lady. They stop at a diner on their way because they are starving. They get out, head inside, and order 2 coffees and some burgers. They notice a strange guy in the place staring at them in an incredibly creepy way. But Nora brushes it off, telling Alec that he probably just likes seeing new people. That same strange guy from the diner warns them that the area isn't safe, but his vibe is super nasty and weird, and the way he talks is totally startling. Because of that, they don't believe a word he says and just leave him behind, which turns out to be a huge mistake, since they had no idea he was actually telling the truth. They head to the nearest gas station to fill up before the car completely dies. They ask about a hotel nearby, and the gas station owner points them to one about 20 minutes away, mentioning that it's a bit old. And Nora tells Alec that the guy at the gas station looked like a total liar, and the hotel probably belongs to a friend of his, which is why he recommended it. They decide to go to the hotel anyway, and they really wish they hadn't, but they have absolutely no other choice because Alec is exhausted and terrified of getting into an accident. They arrive at the hotel and find a ton of cars parked out front. Nora is still a little freaked out, but Alec tells her that having a lot of cars means there are people around and they are safe. They keep walking until they step inside the hotel, and the place is totally weird and creepy. The second Nora walks in, she tells Alec there is absolutely no one around and she wants to bounce. But Alec spots plates and leftover food, figuring that clearly means there are people in the place. He heads up to the next floor and reassures Nora that there must be a bunch of people around. Finally, they run into the owner of the place, who looks super eccentric and terrifying, but they pretend they're perfectly fine and act totally normal. He asks them if they've been waiting long, and they say no. And the hotel owner just starts rambling on about his love story and how his wife died 4 years ago. Alec keeps asking him about a park nearby, and the owner tells them not a lot of people come around here, so he jumps at the chance to talk whenever he finds someone. But Nora cuts him off and tells the hotel owner she's exhausted and wants to crash. He replies that he was just chatting with them, gives a cold laugh, and walks away. After that, Alec asks Nora why she didn't let him finish talking, but Nora isn't comfortable with the place at all and just wants this rough night to be over. Plus, she thinks he looks totally weird and is definitely lying about something. They go in to brush their teeth before going to sleep. Everything is quiet and chill, and they fall asleep immediately because their food was spiked with a sedative. But then a person wearing an animal mask crawls out from under the bed. Nora wakes up to find herself locked inside a literal animal cage. She keeps screaming and desperately trying to get out. She sees a guard wearing an animal mask hitting the cage she's in with a stick, completely terrifying her. After the guard walks away, she spots a rock, grabs it, and tries to smash the padlock on the cage. But she sees 2 guards heading her way, and one of them throws something on her, knocking her out cold. She wakes up strapped to a bed with a veterinarian forcefully, artificially inseminating her. Nora screams her lungs out, but she's completely tied down and can't do a thing to stop it. They untie her and toss her into a small truck with a cage on the back, exactly like the ones used for animals. Nora has absolutely no idea what's going on, but on the way she sees a bunch of people wearing animal masks. She even spots a guy in an animal mask chopping another man's body into pieces with a knife, and she can't even process the madness she's seeing. Nora arrives and they throw her into an animal stall. She quickly realizes she's not alone and that there are other girls just like her in the next room. We see Alec is also locked in an animal cage in the exact same situation as Nora. He is absolutely terrified and desperately trying to get out. His curiosity totally led to this nightmare. He keeps banging on the cage, hoping someone will open it for him, but he's basically dreaming because nobody gives him the time of day. He sees people all around him wearing animal masks, and he has absolutely no clue what's happening. They've put a gag in his mouth so he can't speak, but he tries to gesture to them, desperate to figure out where he is, what this twisted place is, and what's going down. One of the guards walks over to Alec, smacks him hard on the head, and knocks him out cold. We see them transporting the guys on a small truck around this bizarre, twisted farm, and we find out they literally kill the men, chop them up, grind them into meat, and fill a ton of orders. We see the gang boss, who is actually the hotel owner, talking to his guys. He tells them he wants the food ready in 2 hours and that they need to cook for 80 people. We see the ground meat they're going to use in the lasagna, and it's pretty obvious exactly what kind of meat that is. We learn they use the girls to extract milk from them and the guys for grinding meat. We see a guard taking a baby from its mother and weighing it while the mom cries hysterically, desperately wanting her son back. This baby is likely the special, unique dish they're going to serve. The mom keeps crying for her baby, and the guard just walks right over and kills her. The gang boss gets a call complaining that they found a tooth in the food. He replies that he's sorry, promises he'll talk to the cooks about it, and swears it won't happen again. He also tells them their next order will be totally free to make up for the mess-up. The boss then finds out that his assistant, Andrew, killed the perfectly healthy woman who was just crying for her son. He gets incredibly pissed off because that's obviously going to mess heavily with their milk production. Back to Nora, who is trying to figure out where she is and wants to escape. She asks a girl in the room next to hers how to get out, but the girl tells her not to even try running because there are guards absolutely everywhere watching and spying on them. And if she escapes, they'll just drag her right back. She also lets Nora know that she has had one baby and a bunch of miscarriages, that she's been stuck there for 2 years, and that they're treated exactly like dairy cows just so they can extract as much milk from them as possible. But she says she can't have any more kids, so they're going to kill her soon. She is actually happy about it because it's the only way she can finally escape the endless torture she's going through. Nora also talks to Ashley, telling her they need to make a run for it, but Ashley replies that they won't make it because the farm is completely crawling with guards. Nora promises her, though, that they'll manage to escape together. We see the gang boss punishing Andrew for killing the healthy woman. He takes Andrew to work as a guard with him for the day. They go to feed the men kept in the stalls like actual animals, but Andrew runs away from the guard and bolts. The guards go to the girl next to Nora, the one who's been there for 2 years. They shave her head and brutally slaughter her with a knife. Since she's not producing milk anymore, they're going to profit off her meat instead. Nora watches the whole thing and sees exactly what happens to her friend. She is absolutely terrified because if she stays in this place, the exact same fate is waiting for her. Someone knocks on Nora's door. She sees someone opening the door from the outside and is about to die from fear. But she gets incredibly relieved when she realizes it's Alec. He tells her they need to get out of there, grabs her, and they run. Because guards are absolutely everywhere, they hide so no one spots them. When they realize it's completely quiet, they crawl out of a pipe and run until they reach a large transport truck. Nora hops into the truck and desperately tries to start it quickly, but unfortunately, she can't get it running. She quickly hops out since they still have a little time left. Alec and Nora hide behind a large truck so the guard walking by doesn't see them. Once they see the guard walk away, they make a run for it and escape before anyone else spots them. They keep running until they find a church and sneak inside to hide. Nora grabs Alec since he's completely exhausted from everything he went through at the farm, and they hide, but they haven't made it out of the church yet. One of the guards walks into the church and spots Nora and Alec as they try to escape. They bolt and run, but the guard rings the church bells, alerting everyone in the area that there's a breakout on the farm. Alec and Nora run as fast as they can before the guards catch up to them, but Alec's luck completely runs out. His foot gets totally stuck in a spot covered in wires, and Nora can't pull him out at all. The gang is right on their heels, so Nora has absolutely no other choice but to run and leave Alec behind. Nora looks back and sees the guards hurling a massive rock right at Alec's head, killing him on the spot. Nora runs and sneaks back into the farm, slipping into one of the men's cages. When she feels the area is quiet and empty, she asks a guy inside a cage how to get out of there. She begs and pleads with him to tell her how to escape. He actually tells her that the truck they use to transport them leaves from the back, and he even tells her exactly where the key is. Nora slips out and hides inside a dead man's truck because there are guards around. She quickly gets out when she sees the coast is clear. She watches a guard drive out of the farm and follows him until he reaches the spot with all the parked cars in front of the hotel. She smashes the guard in the head with a hammer, knocking him out cold on the ground. She grabs the car key and jumps in. The guards are right behind her, but luck is on her side this time. Nora manages to start the car right in the nick of time before the guards can get to her. She is absolutely thrilled when she looks back and sees she's put distance between herself and the guards. But her joy doesn't last long because the car runs low on gas and starts slowing down. Nora gets out of the car and heads back to the farm because she remembered her friend Ashley and the promise she made that they would escape together. The guards keep chasing Nora, running right after her. They are just about to catch her as she's escaping through a window, but Nora stabs the guard with a screwdriver, jumps out the window, and runs until she reaches Ashley. The two of them make a run for it, but Ashley tells her the guards are going to find them. They keep running until they reach a bus, but Nora can't find the key inside. Nora and Ashley go look for the keys, and Nora manages to grab the key through a room window. Nora and Ashley run back to the bus, and Nora actually manages to start it. She is incredibly happy, but then she looks at her friend Ashley and is completely shocked. Ashley has her back turned, and the bus they got into is absolutely packed. This time, there is no way they're getting away, and Nora and Ashley are totally screwed. Obviously, this movie isn't realistic at all. And with that, our movie ends.